At this point, I just need to pick a direction and go because I am splitting my time between two different sweaters. I can only wear one of them for the sweater weather get together, and so it doesn't really make sense that I'm going back and forth between the two. I do love doing that with projects so that way I don't get bored of one, but both of them I love quite a bit. I'm not really picking up my other projects, so boredom is not going to be in the question here for it. What I need to do is pick one and run because the sweater weather get together is August 31st, which is not that far away. And I want to be able to wear this to the sweater weather get together. It is probably going to be too warm, but I'm committed to it. I mean, one of them is going to be better than the other because one is like a mesh stitch and that would really be perfect for it. Today it is beautiful out. I think it said 58 degrees this morning. Perfect sweater weather. This is fake fall though. Not expecting this to happen on August 31st. It's going to be super hot. Like that's what it was last year. I think it was almost 90 degrees and we were all rocking our sweaters, but you know, I'm committed. I'm going to do it again this year. Okay, so the two options that I have, the first one, I think you and I have chatted about a little bit. It's the Big Twist yarn, the stuff that I managed to find at Hirschner's, the spooky season. They had some of this left in their big giant Big Twist sale that they had recently. Decided to do a double crochet sweater for the entire thing. This is one that I've been working up as I've been watching movies. It's very, very quick and easy to get into. I have both of the sleeves done. Look how freaking beautiful that is. I wish this was still in production and it was still out there because this is spooky season. Now, I do have an entire outfit picked out for this because it's a whole ordeal, right? We're having an entire day celebrating, welcoming fall, saying goodbye summer, hello fall, hello pumpkin, all of the crispy leaves, the apples, everything all together that says fall, and then very quickly Halloween as well. I also have a burnt pumpkin skirt that I could wear with this, but like these are the colors. I do have a dark witchy purple linen dress. That's actually pretty magical for the summertime and fall. Linen is amazing. So I have a couple of options for this one in particular, but this is going to be warm, like very warm. It's acrylic for medium weight yarn. Did I do 6 or 5? I have it right here. A 5.5 millimeter crochet hook to work this one up. So the stitches are pretty close together, which is totally fine. Like this one I am gonna wear for the entire winter. This is gonna be my go-to. Throw it on, get some coffee, snuggle up, and let's crochet a little bit. So yeah, I have both of the sleeves done. Okay, this one is almost done. At this point, you're really just here to convince me to start working up the other one because this one I could be done with like today and wear it for this gathering, but I'm just going back and forth. So I love this one. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love this one. We have the sleeves. I put this all together already. Yeah, so she's basically done. I'm not sure that I'm going to do any ribbing for it. I mean, it's going to look a little bit off. I'm putting it on top of a cashmere sweater. Like that's not how it's going to go. But just so you get the kind of the idea here, we'll just do the sleeves too. This is how it would be. I am going to do ribbing right here, but on the neck, I don't know. Actually, maybe I'll do a couple of rows just to kind of clean up the edges and everything. But apart from that, I'm not going to do anything too crazy. So here is the other sleeve. There. I mean, it's basically done at this point. And this is how I do projects. Once I finish one, then I get another idea for another project. And I just have a little bit too much time. That's my issue, is if I was doing this right up to August 31st, like if I hadn't put it all together and had to get it ready the night before, we would have been fine. But what happened is I went to Muse 2320 and was looking through some of the yarn, Nevermore yarn. I saw an entire wall just full of that. And also the Nevermore tweed. That is my classic go-to. That plus tweed and Hades, those two colorways, I'm going to be using that so much this year. Like this is my colorway. I just love the feel of tweed and it screams fall to me. Now I do have a skirt that I've made with the tweed and I think it's pretty similar to this. Okay, obviously I wouldn't want to wear it all together because it would just be like, whoa, one color coming at you. Plus my hair, it's pretty similar to that too. Although it could be a vibe. Actually, I'm gonna look around for that skirt now and see what it is. I used the moss stitch for that one. So it's pretty thick, it's a little bit heavy, but it's shorter, and then I put tights underneath it, and then I have like my big Doc Martens. I was gonna add that onto it. Okay, the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm really loving this direction now too. So this is how much I have done though with a 4mm crochet hook. Super amazed at how this happened. Now, I don't leave my crochet hooks out because I have cats, and especially with my wooden ones, they like to chew on it because it looks very similar to some of their dental toys that they have. I've learned, lesson learned, you only have to have one Furls crochet hook get completely knot up to be like, okay, we're putting these away. I'm never setting these out again. She attacked this metal one. It's going to be very hard to see. There is just a little tiny bit right there where she has scraped her teeth on it. I'm not even mad. I'm just impressed. It's on both sides too. So she just kind of like scraped, testing it out, seeing if it was, and realized, oh my gosh, that's metal. Never mind, you can have that. Thought I was safe with the metal ones. I had it laying on the couch. I was just watching a couple of movies last night, laid this down, went to bed, woke up. She always keeps things interesting for me, so I love her for that. This one has two different ways that I can go with it. I could make it a full-on sweater, like a cropped sweater. What I'm imagining is some of my black linen dresses. This is gonna go over top of it. I have a couple of different options, some that have more like volume to the skirt, others that are a little more flowy, a little more thin, airy, which is probably the direction I'm gonna wanna lean towards. Right now, this is the back. I'm almost done with it because I'm gonna do cropped, so it's not gonna be much bigger than that. I'm not doing any ribbing on it. It's just gonna be this entire mesh stitch. So this is the back. Now I could do another piece in the front and just do a little bit of like a little cutout for my neck, seam it all together, do basically the same thing for the sleeves. For the mesh stitch, I like to go side to side or like back and forth for the rows. I don't do these in the round for my sleeve. Unlike the double crochet, I totally did that because I like not only how the double crochet works up in the round, but also with the colorway, it spun around and I liked that a lot better instead of going back and forth, and then it kind of color pooled a little bit. I liked this way better. They would all be flat pieces. I have the back, I have the front, then I'll have the sleeves, and I'll have to seam up the sleeves, seam up the front and back together, but that's it. I wouldn't have to do any ribbing or anything. I could absolutely finish this by the 31st of August, and I'm really leaning towards this. Also, this is superwash merino wool, meaning that I would have to block this. So I'd have to probably set aside an entire day leading up to this for it to be blocked and dried. I normally use my steamer to block it, so it's not like it's going to be completely soaked. The other option is I could make this into a cardigan. The back piece like this, front piece, I would just do two smaller pieces, and then the sleeves would be the same still. So yeah, what do we think? Help me out with this direction. So first, what do we think for the sweater? Should I do the Nevermore, the one that I'm leaning towards, or just stick with the spooky season sweater? It's almost done. Just keep going, Kayla, finish it up and be done. So the sweater weather get together is happening at Muse 2320, which is in Hastings, Minnesota. It is an in-person event. There's a lot of different things happening. This is the second year that they have had it. However, there is going to be stuff happening on her website too. So make sure, no matter what, if you can make it in person or you're going to check it out online, make sure you have that date marked down. Follow her on Instagram. Keep checking and refreshing her page for that day. I'm going to be hanging out there pretty much the entire day. I mean, there's a lot of things happening right away on the page. That is the first thing that you're going to see when you open it up. Muse 2320 Sweater Weather Get Together. It is a free event. Cast off summer with us August 31st, and it starts at noon and goes all the way to 7 o'clock. So there's a lot of things happening. A lot of amazing creative people are going to be there. There's the market. The spinner circle starts at 3, and then there's a brew and make with you 5 to 7 p.m. That little chunk right there, the 5 to 7, is like a come hang out at the brewery. I'm really hoping that they have some coffee. Every once in a while they have nitro coffee, and that is definitely my go-to. They do have other non-alcoholic options. I'm just a coffee ghoulie through and through. The thing is, I'm sure she's gonna come out with some of her fall lineup colorway, and there's this really dark purple. Again, I think you and I have already talked about this, but it's just in my head. I'm like, this rich plum purple that she brings out every year. And now that I'm gonna have this sweater done, I'm thinking I really need that witchy purple sweater. If that happens, I'll probably just start making another sweater that day. Whether or not you can make it in person, this is still a great time to mark it on your calendar if you're interested in making a sweater this year, especially if you've never crocheted crochet a sweater. I adore sweaters, cardigans. Like those are kind of my go-to things. And for a very long time, that was my ride or die, what I was going to make for projects. And I still love creating them. So if you're thinking about it, maybe this is the extra push you need to finally start it up and work a cardigan or a sweater. Maybe go through your stash, see if you have that perfect yarn that's calling to you. Since we are on Muse 2320's page, there is an entire section for the brick and mortars classes and social group and also special events. Just throwing a little hint out there, you're gonna want to watch that as we get closer to Halloween. There's gonna be some really spooky things that are happening. Bookmark that page. After sweater weather get together happens, the next thing will pop up on the front page. Gonna start celebrating the Burr months. So yeah, help me figure out which sweater so I can go that direction and just have it done, ready to go for the sweater weather get together. Otherwise, we need to do our crochet along a little bit where we're working up. Okay, I moved my stuff around here and now the blanket is all the way over here because I moved my TV a little bit so I can sit on my fainting couch there and watch the TV. I just really wanted a cozy area and my fainting couch was just not getting enough use. Moved it over here now. I can have this nice little yarn background as I'm watching TV. Our haunted video store blanket that we're working up together. We have a couple more rows to work up. What we are watching tonight is Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. This is one that I saw in theaters. It was a super limited showing. I think they only had it for 2 days and there actually is another one out already. The first one, it was just such a fun experience and I love these type of movies that really go for it on a super low budget. I did watch the second one. That one definitely had a bigger budget. The mask was just incredibly different. The first one looks like someone just had their camera out and was like, hey, let's make a horror movie. Got all their friends together and made this movie. But I love that experience and that setting of everything. They're not taking anything seriously at all. It is just a fun horror movie through and through. For tonight, that is it. So thanks for hanging out with me here in the Yarn Dungeon. Have a super spooky rest of your night and I will see you in my next video.